Alright, it's your boy Nexus. What's good, everybody? We're going to deep dive into the first part of this. There is a lot to digest from this deep dive, so I'm going to start with the basic Campus IQ gameplay. So you have true college gameplay, which is powered by a wide range of ratings that fluctuate throughout the game. Team tiers, new in-game mechanics. EA Sports delivers strategic, fast-paced gameplay reflecting the true depth of college football. Alright, that's fair enough. We'll go down here, wear and tear system. Manage your player's health, limited fatigue, assess the risk of injury on-field mistakes by using strategic substitutions to ensure that your player are at their best when it counts. We'll touch on that in a second. You also have the pre-snap recognition. Get the intel you need from the line so you can read the field and make the right decision when it matters most. We'll touch on that here in a second. And home field advantage. So the host team has a tangible gameplay advantage. In every matchup, test your squad's road composure as you face various levels of distractions like screen shaking, missing pre-play icons, and moving art. Fair enough. Alright, so as you can see here, we got the pregame. It is going to talk about Campus IQ. It comes to the overreaching concept that has built gameplay to be what it is today. With that said, college gameplay was built on these three fundamental pillars: All 22, 130 ways to play, and Stories of Saturday. The All 22 is it highlights the importance of the individual's abilities and emphasizes the talent on the field. So all 22, there's 11 people on each side of the football. It's 22. 134 ways to play is allows you to. I like what they said in here. Where is it? Here we go. Every team is somebody's favorite team. Kentucky. Put UK in the chat if you're a Kentucky fan. If not, let me know who your team is. But I think it's really cool that you can pick your team. College football, I feel like, has a almost religious following for some people's fan bases, or people that are in small towns that don't necessarily have a pro team like us in Kentucky. UK football and basketball is our pro sport. So this is really cool to be able to get behind this and see how that works. The final pillar here is the Stories of Saturday. So it encompasses the raw performance. Here it says the raw emotions of student athletes under intense pressure. So it goes from a freshman to a senior. Each one, how good they are is how they can read on the field, which I actually think is a interesting way to do it. So that's very key, especially like if you're playing a dynasty and stuff, how they react as you build those people. So you have the stick work here, which is talking about basically you can move from left to right or east to west, as they call it in football, at a different speed and going north and south. So in football, the game oftentimes is moved laterally, as opposed to in the NFL, you just can't with the speed. So it seems like they have here done what it says, introduced all new specific run styles and different architecture or archetypes in college football that will provide a more in-depth personalized gaming experience, allowing players to mimic the styles of their favorite athletes. So that's really unique. One that comes to mind, Reggie Bush to start off. Okay, so here we are again. The option game. Basically, everybody, I won't say everybody, people know that the option game is very prevalent in college football. It's moved some to NFL, but NFL players, again, move faster and are stronger. It's hard to run side to side. Ravens do it with Lamar Jackson is a good example. I hope my Eagles do it this year with Jalen Hurts and Saquon. We'll see. But the option game is a fundamental part of college football. So basically it just talks in here. I'm going to scroll down a little more. We've made adjustments to different pitch strength. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Well, let's back up here. Looking to keep the ball with the QB on a RPO. The type of RPO dictates whether you can read, peak, or can't alert Lance. Okay, that's cool. They said they made adjustments, so by holding down L1 or LB, depending on what you're playing with, for a strong pitch, suitable when in the time and space, you approach different defenders. Okay, oh, nice. You can fake pitch. That's huge. So you can fake it and keep it. Here's a little video down here while I'm reading you can watch to entertain yourself. New control wheel, branch out, option menu, movement. I mean, that's just really unique play styles, so that'll be great to use. All right, what we have next is the wear and tear. Feature the text. Okay, I'll just briefly touch up on this. Where are we at? Okay, we'll go down here. Every limb, every body part of a player is linked with unique attributes. For instance, if your quarterback's throwing arm receives a significant hit, this is really unique, you'll notice a decrease in their throwing power and accuracy. Similarly, damage to the legs will impact a player's chance of direction and acceleration, making every movement feel slower. Each body part degrades at a different rate, and the player's toughness rating plays a critical role into how much damage is applied to a given hit. Okay, so that right there, Player's toughness rating apparently will be important, so we need to make note of that. The more damaged a body part is, the higher chance of severity or injury. Makes sense. Doc, I'm hurt. My neck. Okay. As you can see here, there is risk of injury increased to go back in. High. I can't see this because it's in the way, but I'm going to assume it says severe. This one says severe as well. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, so that's super simple right there. Look at all this stuff. The slight, high, and severe in this one here. I can't highlight it. Okay, this one here on the bottom, you can see looks completely different than this one, but you have an increased risk of his throwing arm and his legs. After a player is banged up, you'll see a variety of animations for a given body part depending on the severity. Okay, so that's cool. So you can eventually start to recognize if somebody's hurt, get them subbed out. You can also manage your player's wear and tear and Dynasty player card. There you go. So basically, as it's set up here, where was it at? This is the player's toughness rating is going to be key to all of these. Something to pay attention to on drive-to-drive basis. Let's say a running back gets 3 consecutive carries of positive yards. You may notice him huffing and puffing. I'm assuming you can kind of see that in Madden when people breathe deep, so that's simple. All right, let's go to the next tidbit. All right, here we are. Pre-snap recognition. This is really unique, guys. So you can see everything at the line of scrimmage like an experienced senior. What about a freshman playing on the road in front of 100,000 screaming fans? If they're good, they're good. No, I'm just kidding. But basically, it'll be determined, it says down here later, for instance, a freshman player may not be able to identify who is coming to the blitz or what the shell is at the line of scrimmage compared to a seasoned senior would recognize. So that right there will tell you what is more important. It's going to talk about abilities you need. So our new system takes into account the player's coaches and abilities. Home field advantage makes sense. And our coverage shells, which I will talk about later. All right, so here we are. The field general ability is what brings all of this together. You have your bronze tier. Blitzers are highlighted, but only after the snap. This gives players a basic level of awareness, but requires them to react quickly. All right, on to the silver tier. Players can spot blitzers before the snap, but only if they are close to the line of scrimmage, only for a brief moment. This gives players a slight edge, allows the plan. All right. Gold tier. Unveils a coverage shell momentarily, giving players a glimpse into what the defensive strategy. Platinum tier. Allows players to see even disguised shells, albeit briefly. This is designed to ensure that the defensive player can make strategic adjustments in response. So, here's a video of that you can look at as well. Pre-snap recognition. As features enriched gameplay, rewarding players who can quickly analyze and adapt to evolving situation of the game. So, the more you know about football, the better you'll be in this game. Confidence and composure is what is listed here. In the first paragraph, explains basic terms what it is. Next is the important paragraph. Experience plays a critical role in confidence and composure. A freshman player will have more volatile swings. Makes sense than a seasoned senior. As the crowd level increases, the effects of the player's confidence increases progressively. This emphasizes the importance of composure on the digital gridiron, making it a critical factor to consider for every play in every game. No different than what we see on Saturdays as a young starter. Makes sense. As it says a little lower here, it's important to note that the composure is highly individualized, driven by a player's archetype. For instance, when a player starts to cook, a scrambling quarterback will have improved ball security, while the field general will benefit from improved throw accuracy. That's kind of unique. That's giving you a tidbit into what abilities help there. Let's see. He said, I will leave heavy details to the Dynasty blog, but your coach's abilities also play an important role in your composure. Good to know. The effects are similar and remind me of when USC led the true freshman quarterback, went to the horseshoe, and beat Ohio State. All right, so your coaching ability will come into play there. All right, finally we move to home field advantage. Winning the football game is going to tell you how important home field advantage is here. This says what they do. Firstly, we aim to pay off and differentiate between top environments and college football. Makes sense. This differentiation involving two core elements, audio and game modifiers. makes sense. We'll see what they say. Modifiers are effects that disrupt your gameplay both pre and post snap. For instance, you might experience squiggly lines, as you can see in the video above. Squiggly lines, play art appearing incorrectly, audibles, and hot routes failing to register at higher rates. That's actually kind of cool because you can't hear them at the line. Makes sense. He said, next we consider critical elements of confidence, composure, and player experience. That's basically what they stated up above, so we won't go back into that. It is also important to notice that home field advantage down here in this paragraph here only impacts the visiting team just like in real life. This feature is entirely situational based. Alright, so if you get up to head start when you're playing your buddy who's Michigan, for example, if you're playing your buddy at Penn State and Penn State is winning early on, you won't be you'll be affected heavily if you're a Michigan player. That seems super simple. Alright, I'm going to leave you here with this. It says time to get on the field. We'll touch on some other things here. I just wanted to do the campus IQ specifically so we could talk about these, break them down in little videos so you don't have to watch a long hour video breaking down this whole thing and you and I both get bored. So, it's just saying here it is, and just like that the vlog has come to an end. Just like that the video has come to an end. If you've lasted this long, I feel like you and I are friends, so you should hit that like button and give a subscribe. But I appreciate all of you being here. Turn on the notifications for when the next video is breaking down more of the same. I'll be breaking down game modes on the next one. You have Dynasty, Road to Glory, Ultimate Team. Super hyped about that. Road to College Football Playoff. So we'll touch on those in the next one. So the game mode we will do next. Have a good day.